seen any grenades come out. Could mean the flash is going to be used for jungle and stairs. We could be seeing CT smoked, jungle smoked, and then a push towards jungle once that smoke fades. Try to get the bomb planted for connector, planted for mid. But anyway, we are live into the first round of week 3 of the Elite Series. 4 players going towards their BFs, so yeah, I was right. Let's see now, number 7, that will be Jacob, potentially throwing the fake towards the A side. They could be going for the double fake as well. Send out Connor towards B. Have him try and get a frag, get some information to that CT side. And then Jacob can throw that second fake. And they can go for the double bluff towards B eventually. Trying to see if they can force a rotation. Try and leave Freddy B. Or Smooya alone towards his B side.
Smokes will start to rain in now as they want to kick off the round, but still holding their own for the meantime. Jacob will eventually make his play through. They've spotted him out. You can see planting the seeds of doubt here, Snuds. But here comes the real play. Charging their way towards the B bomb site. They want to explode out, but Smooya gets the opening frag, takes down Connor. Lazar can respond, but it's up to Maeve and Cosmine to try and hold them back, and they're doing an absolutely fabulous defense here as it just falls to Jacob and Boaster. They're not in the best angles. Jacob has to try and rotate over, and Freddy B will sniff him out.
4 versus 1 now, Boaster. No Kevlar, no utility to use as well. Will eventually go down 1-0. A very important CT pistol to win. You lose that CT pistol, and you force by CZs, Kevlar, whatnot. Sometimes you might see no AWP on that first bar, and you might see a lack of utility as well. So important to have smoke grenades to smoke off ramp, smoke off palace. Control mid as well by smoking off connector. And having those flashbangs so that you can allow your B-short player, your window player to peek later into the round. Anyway though, the buy on the exceL side will be 5 sets of Kevlar armor. That's very important to the fact that we also mentioned in the pre-phase how important that AWP is for Lazar. If they lose this round, we could be seeing no AWP into round number 4.
Going to try and get these frags very easily right now. They actually take 1 casualty early into the round. It's supposed to take down Freddy B. That's 1 rebuy that's got to come out. But apart from that, seems like it should be almost flawless. Nods, everyone just getting picked off. Jacob on the A site. They hope to do a little bit of damage here. Might get another frag, but it's not meant to be.
4 players staying alive as well for that CT side. Just Freddy B falling. So there'll be money in the bank for Epsilon. Especially as well the fact that exceL went for that force buy. You can see 2,000 across the board on that T bank. So no AWP into the next round. That could be detrimental for how exceL play their T sides. On the desk, they mentioned about how imperative it is to have control of middle. When you don't have that AWP to peek from B short towards connector, to peek from Delpan towards short, it's so much harder to hold those angles with rifles. Typically, you use utility to hold off those angles. So you'll smoke top connector, you'll smoke B short. They force, they'll be lacking that utility as well. Barbar finds 2 frags. He'll get third from stuff, but he does eventually go down. Obviously, this is the eco round, so for exceL, if they can find 2 frags, that would be perfect for them. But unfortunately for them, that's going to be 4 people stay alive, both rounds in a row, Jack. Money on the Epsilon side should be fairly good. Interested to see if they bring over these SMGs into the first buy round as well. It's a risk to take, but it's high risk, high reward. You win this first buy round with the UMP on Maeve. Smooya the 5-7, has he been dropped an AWP? I hope so. Otherwise, this could be a very interesting round, yeah. So, AWP in play on that CT side, exceL. 5 AKs. They've got decent utility though. Still be able to challenge towards mid. We see exceL go for the late mid control. They wait till around about 1 minute 20, 1 minute 15, and then they slowly take control of mid. They wait for Smooya to peek it, and then rotate away. Anyway, they're Cosmine getting aggressive towards B-Apps.
Just have a backup with Maeve as well, so they can try and trade. So they clear the angle. They're actually just going to walk straight out. So Lazar gets the drop on and finds the first frag. Gets a bit overconfident, but it pays off. Picks off Maeve as well. Now they can make their approach towards the bomb site, Snods.
Interesting play coming out there from the CT aggression. Smooya out towards kitchen, holding for the cross towards bench. Gets flashed off the angle. This might just be a save, Jack. 5 versus 3. The T's have the site as well. Smooya flashes through window, trying to find a frag. If they can get a 4 versus 5, then maybe there's a chance where you see the whiff comes through. This is surely going to be a save call unless something crazy happens.
They did look a bit hesitant off the back of that as well, and you can see it has actually now come through. They're going to just try and back off and go for the safe play, it seems. Oh, they might actually be working their way out short, try and go for the exits, just play together, but a retake seems unlikely here.
It does indeed. They might play for exit frags as well, exceL. They haven't won a round just yet. 4 players still alive. If they can play for exit frags, try and whittle down that T economy as much as possible before the bomb does expire. Might try and force one of those T players onto a UMP, onto a Tech9 into the next round. And that could be the gap that Epsilon needs to expose.
Freddy B, though, he is behind them. Just depends if he gets caught with his pants down. Molotovs goes out. They're going to try and flood into him. Gets 1 frag, but he will be traded out, and that's all they're going to be able to claim today.
So, first buy round goes in favor of exceL. You can hear them screaming as well behind me, getting fired and pumped up. They can't be reset here. Let's see what the money is like. 3 players surviving as well. Lazar there on your screens. Probably the, along with Connor, potentially the star player on this lineup. Obviously, the whole team is gelled together by Jacob, their IGL and captain. Money, on that T side, 1,000, 1,550. The most money on that T side is in Jaken's pocket as well, 2,600. So if Epsilon win this round and reset the money of exceL, the only person able to buy up AK, Kevlar, and Helmet will be Jaken. So Epsilon take this 4-1. Win versus that force buy. We could be seeing a very early lead here from Epsilon. Once again, though, from exceL, going to be the late mid control. Worked for them in the prior round after Epsilon got a little bit too greedy there. They went for the CT aggression through BAPS, and Lazar, hold of the angle, punished them. Surprising as well, he hasn't brought the AWP into this round. They're going to be keeping that 5 AK setup. Epsilon, they can't make the same mistake twice. You've gone aggressive when you have the economy to back it up, so you can see they take the risks when they can afford it. Even if they lose that round, they can still pay up into this one. 4 M4s, and then the AWP onto Smooya. Let's see now towards connector. He's blind, shoots his AWP, and they know exactly where he is. They can smoke top connector here and maybe abuse this Molotov towards window and go for a fast B split. But instead, they're going to play this one nice and slow. 50 seconds on the clock. Flash comes in towards connector. Smoke towards window as well. Jaken will smoke the top of connector. This might force a rotation from Smooth towards B potentially, especially now that Lazar finds another frag towards B.
This could be the play here as well, as that is the catalyst into the round, taking down Maeve. This early on, they can still try and make their play around this. The bomb going to link back up with them as well as they do make their approach in. Barbar links over, but it's too late as Boaster's been able to find one frag. They can respond, fighting through the blindness right now, but they're left in a 3 versus 3 as Smooya is somehow starting to claw his way into the round. We'll find the frag towards Jaken. Wendansky instantly goes for the bomb commit as well, which is very awkward. Boaster, luckily enough, can get the response.
2 versus 2 now. Kits on both players. Just a Molotov onto Smooth, but Freddy B pushes through the fire and flames and fights Boaster. Fast reply there from Lazar in the 1 versus 1.
See how they are going to be able to play this one out. Lazar has to fall back. This is going to be a tight 1v1 to play over. He has a little bit of utility, but he has to use it sparingly. Smooya, meanwhile, just scoped in, trying to play contact with the AWP, hoping that Lazar's going to peek into his crosshairs, and he can't dispatch of the man. Molotov goes down early. Smooya going to attempt to reposition as well, as Lazar still plays it smart, just hold his ground. Molotov to try and force him to not go for the defuse right now. Smooya being toyed with a game of ring around the roses, and he finds the headshot and can upgrade to the AWP as well. Lazar right now looking absolutely fantastic.
It's a big ego boost as well to win the 1 versus 1 versus Smooya. The opposing AWPer, you can see, head in his hands. He knows exactly how important that round is. Money reset now for the CT side. That might be broke here. Could go for the eco. They've lost 2 in a row now, which means they will have 2,400 into the next round. So you can see there, Lazar playing time as well. The Molotov onto the bomb as an insurance policy. Even if Smooya killed him there wasn't enough time on that bomb to be defused. And it will be the quasi-buy coming out from Epsilon. Barbar, Freddy B, the only ones with Kevlar. Apart from that, it will be the full eco across the board, just a deagle in Smooth's hand. We've seen some incredible things from him with this weapon. Can he repeat it now on the Elite stage?
He's going to be the one on the lurk. He had to cut off the rotate there, but Freddy B will overpower him with a CZ. That's a free Kalashnikov they've been able to scavenge so early into the round slots. It's a lot of information as well, because they push so deep into T.
Exactly. You can see as well, they are stacked towards that A site. 3 players from the CT side. But now they find that frag that might funnel exceL back towards BAPS. They have no controllers mid of well. So, I guess the anti-eco I see the most in pro play is the B split. Smoke top mid, smoke window, smoke top connector. You can also smoke off CPL as well, or Molotov it, or flash into it. Go up B short and take those long range duels from B short towards bench, towards BAPS and whatnot. Instead though, exceL, they anticipate Epsilon to go and stack towards B instead. Jaken could fake this very well right now, but the problem is, he doesn't use any of his utilities. He's going to walk back towards mid. Hasn't used a flashbang or a smoke, so this should be very, very readable. Just down to Cosme now and Maeve to hold off this site, and none of them have Kevlar.
Luckily as well, Freddy B towards that B bomb site with the AK. So this is going to be so awkward for the CTs. They could potentially be overpowered here, but Cosme is in a good angle. It just depends if he can pull this one out of the bag. If he gets away with 1 free frag here as the entry, it could be critical to the round. Takes down Jaken, but there's the instant response from Boaster. Maeve awfully low as well, and he's just trying to stay alive so his teammates can rotate in, so they can at least try and do something here. They need to pull out some kind of tenacious defense to actually pull anything off into the round though.
No kit as well. Kevlar and Barbar and Freddy B. This retake is so hard, but Freddy B finds a frag with that AK. Flash reply there from Connor. 2 versus 3.
Still, just attempting to push their way back through. No utility ready to play over. It depends on Barbar coming in from the rear, hoping to get that headshot off. We'll spot out the positional play of Connor as he's now aware of it, but Connor's just doing damage, leaves him in a 1 versus 1. Boaster peeks straight out with the confidence play and takes him down with the AK as well. exceL keep it trucking on.
Quasi-buy from Epsilon. 4 frags found onto that T side. That's going to be detrimental to the T economy. Versus the Ecos, you can't have 4 players dying. Barbar there on your screens, the IGL and captain. Leads by example. So 3-3 now. Score has equalized, and you can see the damage that has done. 4 players falling has put Jacob down to just that UMP. They do have good utility on the T side. Same can't really be said for Epsilon though. You can see they have smokes, flashbangs, but only 1 Molotov onto Freddy B. So with the AWP now finally tries to go for the B pick. Smoke comes out towards BS. Maeve and Cosmine have been so aggressive towards the B portion of the map. They've been caught out twice. Surely in round number 7 they've learnt their lesson. Lars is holding. He hopes that someone pushes through this smoke. The problem is he's wasting so much time just holding the smoke, right? exceL have no control towards that middle part of the map, and Lars are just holding towards balcony. Smooth though with the shot once again towards top mid. Goes for the reface though, this is risky. Let's see if he can find the first kill for his team.
Such a bad miss there as well. Would have been a massive frag if he was actually able to find it, but consistently whiffing as he's going for these mid peaks. Bar as well, just listening out, trying to hear those audio cues towards mid.
Still now, late mid control comes out with 50 seconds left on the clock. exceL, they need frags here soon. 2 towards B-Apps, 3 towards middle as well. This could be a fast B split here. Maeve just jumps point towards the back of B-Apps. Flash comes through. Cosmin now to hold the line towards B-Short.
Let's see what he can do. Actually will get punished as instantly Boaster snipes him down. Maeve will respond as he's trying to roam around the site to keep them at bay, but the push coming through way too fast as Windansky will behead him. Now left in a 3 versus 4 retake as the bomb has been planted. The T's can get into their power play positions.
No kits on that CT side. They need to find frags fast here. Jacob as well will execute. Freddy B trying to go through Hobbit hole. And that's going to be it. 2 versus 3 now. Boaster is dinked up as well. It's going to be potentially the save though. Oh wow, as well. The push comes in through B short. Boaster doesn't allow Smooth to save that AWP. That's going to be massive leading to the next round. Barber, what can you really do? The money is low on that T side, so exit frags are valuable. But they're not the most valuable thing. Rounds are. exceL now, after losing the pistol, they've won 4 rounds in a row now. Momentum definitely on their side.
Oh, finding the frag as well. Laz are taking down Barber at the end of the round. That's a full house. They take down everyone on that CT side. No weapons are going to be saved. All the casualties are there. That is really going to dent their economy.
So, round number 8. Is this going to be another quasi-buy, another eco? Seems like the closest round so far that Epsilon have had on the buy rounds is actually when they had pistols and Kevlar. Buy comes in. Barbar, only player with helmet and Kevlar. CZ and a smoke grenade. Everyone else, though, just Eagles and PT-50s.
Oh, Freddy B
nice shot there.
That's beautiful as he finds that opening frag taking down Luzza. Boaster can retaliate, though, as he will execute back onto them. Barbar comes in. T's are actually getting made into mincemeat into this round. Luckily enough, Windansky can try and jiggle peek out and find the head of Maeve. Barbar still in position with the CZ. Could be incredibly naughty into this round, Snod.
Could indeed. This is a 3 versus 3. You have to be favouring exceL, though. They have the utility, the firepower, and the Kevlar. Only real chance to see them winning around is if Barbar takes down Jacob, picks up that AK, 3 versus 2 advantage, and then Barbar goes huge. If Jacob finds his frag towards Palace, it could spell the end here for Epsilon. And a 5-3 lead for exceL already on their T side.
He's going to go for contact play, peeks up and actually finds the head of Connor. Ridiculous stuff right now as he's just tearing his way through everyone. Oh, that tiny pistol, Cosmine as well. There's some dirty Deegan as he swings wide and shuts down Jacob, and it's all left in the hands of Windansky. He has an AK to play with, Snods, but 45 seconds and a 1 versus 3, and the bomb is down at such an awkward location. This is going to be so incredibly hard.
It is indeed. Epsilon can play crossfires as well towards the bomb. Smooth peeks out, spots exactly where he is. Goes for head tries, he does land it, but Barbar, swift reply frag onto Windansky. He does fall. Once again, though, success found with the pistols for Epsilon. exceL, they're losing too many bodies versus these pistols too early on.
Yeah.
4-4. exceL are going to go for the force buy. That round where they won with 1 alive has just been so impactful to their buys. This time, there's no UMPs. It's just going to be 2 Tech 9s and 3 AKs. Boaster, though, swings out wide from mid, finds the frag onto Maeve. 1-man lead already for the side of exceL. Cosmin then makes it 4-4.
It's a huge opening frag, but the response is there very swiftly. You can see a bit of a stalemate comes in now as well, so they just have to hold their ground. The smokes are going down. CT's attempting to force them to just back off, burn that time away, and stop that fast, aggressive play.
This time, though, exceL, they're going to change things up. We've seen them go slow, mid-control, and this time they do it fast. They catch Maeve off guard, but let's see if Freddy B can catch Jacob towards window.
Gonna pick his way around, spots out Jacob, finds the opening headshot. Jake frustrated because of this as well. Now left with just 3 remaining players on that T side. They are grouped up. They can try and make their ambush towards the B bomb site. But in terms of utility, it's just the one smoke on Connor, Snods.
It is indeed. Let's see what these players can do. It's going to be 2 towards B apps, Boaster towards middle. None of the CTs are spotting towards mid, so he can get up B short potentially unscathed. It's about whether or not they find this frag onto Cosmin, the player that's towards site, that's holding down the B short area. Boaster will find the gap here in this CT defense. They're split 2-2. Smooya holding the angle. Caught off guard. Boaster finds the frag towards Cosmin, and now it's just down to Smooya alone on this B side.
This is huge. They just have to overwhelm him here. Smooya trying to find the angles, will go for the flick, but it's not quite enough. Connor able to dispatch him and instantly get that plant down as they have secured the bomb site. This is a massive round that exceL have been able to turn into a great situation. They're in good after plants. They can try and play to their favor.
2 versus 3 now. 1-man lead for exceL in this after plant. They have kids, just flashbang as well. Boaster peeks out, spots Freddy B. They know that there's 2 there because he's boosted. They know exactly where the remaining CTs are. You might as well just save at this point. Epsilon back against the ropes.
Yeah, no reason to peek right now on that T side. They can just hold off, exit together. The CT's just trying to get those late round exit frags. They do pick off Boaster, so they're able to scavenge something out of this one. Barbar as well is going to take down Connor, so at least they do the damage on the exit frags. Can Lazar overpower them a little bit? Will catch Barbar off and can recover the AWP as well. This is a huge round for exceL to get them back into it.
It is indeed. Strange play as well towards that B site. You had Smooya the AWP, hesitant to hold towards B apartments. Cosmin as well. He wasn't pushed up towards B short. That meant that if there's any T's coming up B short, they would be able to spot Smooya on balcony and find that frag before Cosmin could even see them. That's probably why Smooya was so hesitant to go for that frag, or that angle, sorry.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he falls back, the timing is in exceL's favor. Cosmin gets caught off guard trying to push off short and get some information. And that does cause for Epsilon to go for the force buy. UMP once again on Jacob, 3 AKs as well, and the AWP on Lazar. AWP onto Barbar this time, wow. So, taking things into his own hands. Last week we mentioned that when Smooya's on the AWP, that's usually when things start to get a little bit heated. People get frustrated on the Epsilon side, and this could be a sign of what's to come.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. We saw this same scenario where last week, you know, Smooya wasn't actually the one donning the AWP. It was his teammates cycling through, and that was where it all went downhill. So not going to be surprised if that could be the case once again.
And actually, he's open towards mid as well. Where is Smooya right now? 1. He's towards Palace, so he is holding towards that A site. Rolls reversed as Smooya deducted from the AWP. Signs of potential frustration as well from Barbar, being the IGL, the captain, leading by example. Let's see if he can hold off towards mid. Peeks out, doesn't land that flick though. Gets tagged up to 67 HP. And now exceL once again have control of the middle portion of this map late into the round. 40 seconds on the clock. 5 versus 5. Bomb towards B apartments. They can get up short as well. It's all down to Cosmin. He has to hold this part.
Will try and do some damage, actually finds the headshot on towards Connor as well and instantly leaps down, hungry for more, but Boaster's there, primed and ready. Boaster's been playing flawlessly as well as he's able to pick him off, and they can now encroach their way towards that B-bomb site, but the fast rotates come over, Snods. There's already 3 men on the site, make that 2 as Boaster keeps on going. A reign of terror right now as he tears his way through Maeve, hungry for some more frags. Jacob swings wide, finds the kill with the UMP. There's Barbar starting to stir some stuff up with the AWP, but it's just 1 kill, and it's so late into the round.
Once again, a 3 versus 2. Smooya, the mobility is on his side. He makes the jump, but Boaster anticipates it. Catches Smooya with his pants down. Gets that frag, turns into a 3 versus 1. Barbar, of course, definitely not favouring that scenario. We'll go for the save. It's going to be 6-4. Misses the flick as well. I believe he's missed every... Well, he's got 1 frag so far, but apart from that shot he landed from, I believe it was Lazar jumping out of B apartments. He had 3 shots there to hit. He missed the one towards mid. Fair enough, that's a hard shot. But he missed one of the shots towards apartments when someone was crossing as well. Currently, though, he is 14-5. The only person really fragging alongside Freddy B on this CT side. Round number 10, 6-4. Epsilon, after winning that pistol and going 3-0, they've only managed to get 1 round since then. And that 1 round they won as well, Jack, was that quasi-buy eco. In terms of consistency right now, it's not looking too good for the CT side. Then again though, right, there is a silver lining here. exceL are notoriously, well I don't say notoriously bad, but notoriously not as good on their CT side as they are the T. If Epsilon can get to 6 rounds here, make this a 6-9 scoreline, maybe even a 7-8 if possible, there's definitely still a very big chance they can take this one. Buy is going to be the AWP onto Barbar, and then a full eco around that one. Where is Barbar currently? Towards B-Apps. Interesting to see if he pushes it, tries to get that first frag, try and cause a 4 versus 5 in his favor. Problem is, though, no one on his CT side has Kevlar to pick up an AK and try and cause damage into the round. It's looking very unlikely. This should be 7-4 in favor of exceL if they take this one. For me, though, it's about how can exceL salvage their money? How can they keep their bank afloat? They have to have 3 alive, 4 alive, 5 alive into this round. They can't afford any more casualties. They can't be forced back onto Tech-9s, forced back onto UMPs. They have to have strong economy for the rest of this first half.
It's true. They need to try and get themselves in a good position to work with. Barbar as well, hungry to try and get the opening frags. He will scope in. Just play off the back of the audio cues right now, seeing if anyone will push towards him. Will actually go for the wide peak, takes down Jacob as well. That's a nice opener into the round, but he's been cornered off now. Stuck in position. Once the push will come through towards the A-bomb site. Name able player on the smoke, but Boaster, luckily enough, will spot him out. Barbar still continuing to find these frags with the AWP, but Lazar can do the same as well. Look at Smooth's position. It's not comes out from the backline, punishes Windansky, upgrades the AK as well. He could do so much damage into the round as he will shut down Boaster. It's all left on Lazar in a 1 versus 2 this round. Gone so fast, all off that massive play from Smooth, but luckily enough, finds the headshot. Lazar picks him off, grabs the bomb. He will be able to get away with the plant as well and can just try and keep himself in.
He knows exactly where Barbar is as well, towards jungle or towards connector. Does he anticipate him to be towards stairs though? Flash comes in. 1 versus 1. Barbar chucks away the AWPs down to the rifle now.
Goes for the wide peek, go for some pre-fire. Lazar just trying to jiggle peek around it, force him to push into an unadvantageous position right now as they just hold their angles. This is very awkward as they're both swinging wide. So tense as Lazar, you can see the seeds of doubt in his mind, wants to just try and go for the peek. Tries to take the fight towards him, finds the headshot, takes him down with a Tech-9. Lazar, a great game for the man.
Why on earth did Smooth peek there? Jumps on top of Ninja, gives away the frag, puts Barbar into a near unwinnable scenario as well. The bomb was planted. Lazar knew exactly where Barbar was. He was towards jungle or stairs. He anticipated the play. Jiggle peeked around as well. As soon as Barbar started shooting enemy, knew exactly where he was. And from they played it very smart. Lazar is so many plays, these 1 versus 1 scenarios so well now. 6 months ago, 8 months ago, he would have just wide-faced with the AWP and gone for the 50-50 flick shot. Now, more composure from the man as he's starting to develop into a star. 7-4. But still, down to 1 versus 1. Barbar caught off guard there by Connor. Fast reply to the frag there from Freddie B, as he is instantly taken down by Phil. Windansky finds that kill. Bonus as well into a 2 versus 4.
Smear on the AWP here into this round, but obviously no armor to play with. Cornered off into an awkward angle. We shouldn't be able to do too much at all. He's just scoping around, might perch himself up towards Ticket Booth, try and play with Maeve and find some frags. Maeve going to get instantly recognized by Boaster there as he strikes onto him. Smear, as long as he saves, it's not the worst case situation, but they can hunt for him. The T's can try and scope out, but it looks like he has been able to get away scot-free.
It's getting pretty bad right now. 8-4. Around now where exceL can build up their economy. You can see 1,200 down to Windansky, 1,900 as well on Boaster. Oh, sorry, Connor. But imagine they lost this round and got reset. That's where Epsilon could have got back into this one, right? They go 5, they break the economy of the T side. They win versus that force bar, they try to get themselves back into this one, maybe 6-7, 5-7. But now, exceL on 8 after losing that first pistol as well, Jack. 8 rounds, they've already won the first half on their T side, which is expected. But is it expected to be 8-4 after losing that CT pistol? So, Barbar there, thinking, what on earth can I do? They're going to go for the quasi-bite around the AWP with Smooth. Barbar has once again the CZ Kevlar. Freddie B as well, so Smooth gets aggressive here, finds the first frag, then hopefully Barbar or Freddie B can salvage that and try and cause havoc into this round. Lazar though peeks out, Smooth wins the duel finally. Seems like the AWP versus AWP battle has been happening towards his B site.
Aggressive pixel angle and play there. Smooth tries to keep it going as well and finds that follow-up frag on towards JKM. The scary factor is, Snods, they can recover those weapons. Barbar's here. They can either try and go for that double AWP setup or scavenge the rifle that Jake dropped.
Exactly that. Double AWP play now. We saw Barbar have a 3K into the previous round. Can he repeat that? 3 versus 5. Maeve there. Is he back towards connector? Where is Maeve? Maeve is towards that A site. Triple boxes. So, Freddie B peeks out. Does think that Windansky has the information he needs. It's going to be a 5 versus 3. One of these players as well on the T side, such low HP. Maeve towards Triple has to get all the information he can before falling down. He has no Kevlar and just a P250.
Play around this, spots out the leg of Boaster, gets an early tag onto him, just trying to take the fight, but the thing is, Connor's there as well. Luckily enough, Smooth is able to come over with the AWP, and they pick them off without any casualties on the side stand, so it just falls into Windansky. Smooth runs around like a lunatic, and will find that frag as well, so Epsilon finally finds something to play with.
Pistols once again, though. And they do take it 5-8. 2 rounds won now after the pistol. But all those rounds have been won with the quasi buys, the ecos, the one orb saved. Now we go into round number 14, another buy round here. exceL, 2 Tech 9s and 3 AKs. And then on that Epsilon side, it's going to be the 2 orbs set up onto Smooth and Barbar, and then 3 AKs to fill out the rest of the buy. Let's see now, 1 minute 40, no mid control here. It's going to be fast out A-Ramp. Barbar has to hold the line here and find 2 frags minimum.
We'll get the opener as he swings wide on towards Jacob. Smooth as well does some damage with the AWPs. They're actually paying off massively into this round. The flicks are coming out all over the place, leaving it on just the remaining duo on the side of exceL. Windansky and Lazar, they have to try and go huge into this. Lazar does have them lined up with the AK, but can't quite get the spray down off. Windansky stuck up, just running around, hoping to do some damage with the Tech 9. Peeks out, but it is nowhere near enough.
Finally, some confidence here from the Epsilon side on the CT side. It's been a while. We saw them getting aggressive for the first 2 buy rounds. Obviously, Lazar, the man in the screen, was the one that held those pushes towards B apartments and found his team 2 rounds off of the back of that. Actually, more than that. He's got the 2 1 versus 1s. He got a 2K when they pushed B apps. He then got another 1 or 2K the second time they pushed B apps as well. So far, yeah. Boaster there, 17 to 15. Lazar close behind him as well. Anyway, enough about frags. Let's see what Barbar can do. Towards connectors. What's our play? Hits the flick shot there. Connor does fall. They're on the Tech 9 by Jack. Let's see if they can salvage it.
This is the thing, they're just trying to hit them hard and fast. It's not going to work if you just keep losing members so quickly. Barbar's been picking up the AWP, playing absolutely amazing with it as he's just tearing his way through everyone there. Great play.
You're right. Great play. Great display of confidence as well from Barbar. Problem is, though, you go into the second half now, and the only person really delivering, apart from that 1 round with Smith and the 2 frags was B-Apps, is Barbar. So, who's going to be AWPing? See the smile on his face, he's feeling it, feeling confident with the AWP in hand. What if Barbar does AWP on that T side? And Smooth is just on the AK? He is obviously a well-rounded player. He can AWP, rifle, very good with the pistols as well. But how will that change their T sides? We know they play more of that loose style anyway. Smooth there. The only British man on the Epsilon side. Where are they all from? I think Freddie B, Barbar, and who am I missing? Cosmi's from Romania. Smooth's from England. Barbar, Freddie B from Sweden. Who am I missing?
Or Maeve.
Maeve, Denmark, yeah. So, international lineup versus the homeborn exceL. Connor on your screens there. Quite a quiet game so far. It's been really Boast and Lazar stepping up to the plate. And the thing is as well, right, we mentioned in the preface before this game how important it is for Boaster to have a good game, the momentum-based player he is. If he's fired up, he's rallying the troops behind him. 17 kills in 1 half. Can he repeat that in the second half now on their CT side where they usually do struggle? Yeah,
it's true. One of those factors that normally comes into play with that as well is if they start off in their CT half. That's where they usually have the worst case scenario. They're never really warmed up, but you can see from that T side as well, that's what we needed to have them bring to the table.
Exactly.
Good T sides, nice teamwork. It was slow and steady. It was that exceL sort of mentality that has been working for them in the past domestically and when they've been trying to branch out against some European teams. So coming into this second half, they feel warmed up. They've got the confidence behind them. But it's still going to be a hard game. They needed to get more of a buffer off the back of that. This pistol is going to be so critical to getting that early start.
Oh, wow. Barbar there, 20 frags, 10 deaths. Maeve, 2 kills and 12 deaths. So, not the best game from him so far. 3 as well, 3 to 17 for Jacob. Connor on 6 kills. We need to see more from him on this CT side if they want a chance to take this one. Connor towards B short. Boaster as well towards Kitchen. Sorry, Jacob towards Kitchen. We would dance together with the smoke diffuse kit, so in case the bomb does count, they can go for the smoke diffuse kit. Boaster with the first frag finds Barbar, and that might cause for the fake not to work.
Push coming through, but they're just holding them back. The CT's actually doing an awful lot of damage with these pistols, picking people out of thin air right now. The bomb will go down though, so Epsilon at least have some kind of redeeming factor from the round.
5 versus 3, they do have a kit, so they can wait for this bomb timer to tick even further down. Trying to play for picks here. If they make this a 5 versus 2, they can swarm the site and play the trade game.
Just peeking together, trying to play as a unit rather than peeking individually, but it all starts to go wrong, Snods! The CTs just get torn to shreds, walk into a meat grinder, they lose out the entire round from a 3 versus 5 into just an instant clean kill there coming out from the Ts. They lock it down. That's ridiculous.
Awfully played retake there from the CT side of exceL. They had a 2-man advantage. The Ts were peeking towards the site as well. Just play it slower. You have a diffuse kit and a smoke grenade. You can play the round slower, wait for the faces to come from the Ts, try and take those heads clean off. Yeah. Try and make it a 5 versus 2, and then swarm the site when you have a 3-man advantage. Boaster there finds a nice 1D onto Smooth. Be able to get away, and no, he won't. Cosby makes it into a 4 versus 4. Jacob, though, the 5-7, will find a nice headshot there onto exceL now once again the lead. We just saw previously in the prior round, they threw it away.
They don't have the best arsenal to play with into this round either. They only have the one weapon that's scavenged over on JK. Maeve also takes down Connor as they make their onslaught up through short. This is going to be very awkward to defend this site. Windansky trying to bait his teammate here, just trying to play with Luzza so Luzza can come in a stealthy play and try and pick them off from the sideline. If Maeve isn't aware of this, it could be very awkward. Gets the early tag, but he's giving the game away somehow. Finds the headshot towards Maeve as well, though, as he swings wide through the air like an acrobat. Gets into the back line, but it wasn't enough. Snods couldn't get the kill with the Galil, but they did do an awful lot of damage at least.
They did indeed. So, does Luzza have 3,000 in the bank? Because if not, we might be seeing no AWP on that CT side. We casted them versus Method. It was all really down to Luzza's AWP on that CT side. Here was the one locking off mid, locking down connector. The problem was last week when they played, or sorry, 2 weeks ago when they played Method or Mirage, there just wasn't enough firepower to back up Luzza. Now you've got Boaster firing on all cylinders, hyping everyone up. Can they rally behind Luzza's AWP? Let's take a look. So he does have 3,000 in the bank, so we'll be seeing an AWP into the next buy round. And off of B short they come, straight into the spray of Cosme and Maeve as they clean that one up. But once again, 2 players do fall from the Epsilon side. So, first buy round of the second half. Are the T's going to carry forward their SMGs, or are they going to fully rebuy? Question as well as, will they go for the double AWP setup on that CT side as well? Questions to be answered momentarily. So, will be the single AWP setup from the CT side. Luzza there, warding that weapon, 4 M4s as well to go around that buy. And the Galil is kept. SMG is thrown away. 4 AKs, 1 Galil on this T side. Strong utility as well on both sides. Let's see what happens now. Smoke comes towards top mid. It's looking like Epsilon are going for a faster control of mid. Ready to be alone right now. Smee trying to get aggressive towards BX, trying to find the first frag towards Jacob and open up this site to allow his team to get an opening. But instead, he spots out Jacob and falls back to Maeve. They on the other half of the map and find a nice headshot down to Windansky in mid-air. Can he get the second frag onto Poster? Sprays him down low and he does get that frag. Second headshot for him.
Just the opener they needed into this round gives them something to work with. Jacob also getting taken down by Smuya is huge for Epsilon, as this could be a clean sweep for them. Just leaving it on Connor and Luzza. Most likely just going to have to try and play for the save, but they are penned in, surrounded from all angles as well. So Smuya could be able to dispatch both of them. Will find the kill back on towards Connor, so it is just Luzza as the Lone Ranger trying to stay alive, hoping that he can hold on to that AWP into the last round.
We saw what Barbar and Smuya could do on their CT side of the AWP. They can't allow Luzza to save this AWP right now. Misses that first shot. Cosmin does find that frag, so unfortunate scenes right here for exceL. I mean, yes, it's 8-10.
Yeah.
But the problem is, in terms of buy rounds, oh sorry, 8-11 now. The scoreline is rather misleading, Jack. They won 3 off of the initial pistol round on their CT side. On their T side, they got another 3. In terms of buy rounds straight up, this is instead what? 5-8 in terms of buy rounds. So exceL, happy performing definitely, but still you have to win those pistols. You can't lose versus the eco rounds. You can see the effect it has on the scoreboard right now. Fast play towards mid. Smee gets a reply frag onto Connor. Some nice double spray as well. Barbar with the AWP, and that answers my questions that I had previously before we went into the second half. Is who will be AWPing on the T side, and Barbar takes matters into his own hands. Smuya on the AK.
Fairly easy stuff so far as they're just picking off everyone. It all falls back on towards Boaster. He's been looking good, but even the Boaster himself can't pull this one out of the bag, as he will just have to try it and stay alive for a few seconds. Probably going to be picked off momentarily, but Epsilon going to get themselves to 12 rounds on the board, Snods. They're looking good. exceL, this is kind of the curse they've had consistently. We spoke about how their CT sides are what have let them down. They're going to get that buyback out, but they instantly need to make a change. They need to try and switch things over right now, as they don't have much of a buffer left.
Exactly that. Notoriously weak on their CT sides, and right now they don't have enough to back it up. Boaster does eventually fall. 4 players staying alive for the Epsilon side, which means their money is now building. They had 3 alive. Was it 4 alive? They had 4 alive in the previous one. 4 alive again. AWP salvaged as well. Barbar picking that one up. You can see now the morale is a lot higher on the Epsilon side after they started winning those rounds. We saw Barbar raging potentially at Smuya after throwing that 2 versus 1 versus Luzza. And now, with morale high, they may just close this first map out in convincing fashion. Jake here, thinking about what they can do. Let's have a think, right? Epsilon on their T side, they're playing off of individual plays. Potential double up setup could work. You take one up, Jacob towards B apps. He can push B. You can have Connor rotate off of B short, play towards window. You can have Luzzer towards CT. You can have 2 players playing on site. That way you counter and execute as you have 2 players on site. You counter a contact play as you have Luzzer towards CT, holding towards ramp and towards connector. And you counter a mid split as you have Connor towards jungle, holding for the window boost and holding for that connector split. And as well with the AWP, if you push down through apartments, jump on those chest of drawers, and look down above underpass, you can really get a good scope and a good buffer time as well, right? You land that first kill on the play walking into your scope from B apartments, and you give yourself 20 seconds, 15 seconds, as long as you have the utility, right? A flashbang, a counter flashbang, a counter Molotov. Give yourself 15 seconds to fall back, get a rotation in from Connor from window, and you could be seeing a 9th round for exceL. But instead, no double AWP setup for them on their CT side. It's going to be the one up onto Luzzer, and then one. Oh, Smooth's AWPing now, so pass the parcel. It's now in Smooth's hands, and typically when he wields his weapon, he plays far more aggressive with it. Let's see if he will get a bit audacious. Freddie B finds the first frag onto Connor towards B. It's well onto Jacob.
Jake will get the first frag as he tries to fire back. We'll be able to dispatch Maeve, but it's short-lived as Freddie B continues his reign of terror. Cosmi commits to the plant as well, so they've instantly secured that bomb site. Look how spread thin exceL are as well. And they're just playing those contact angles, hoping that Epsilon are going to try and take the fight towards them, because they can't really do anything here. They have to fall back and save again. It's rinse and repeat. And at this point, that buffer that they had is completely gone. 13 rounds on the board for Epsilon. They are so close to being able to get themselves to match point. It just looks scary at this point. They will try and take the fight through, though, so at least Freddie B gets dispatched. But they have the cash to play with. The difference maker is that exceL don't.
Imagine it up there towards apps, right? Freddie B found the first frag by the contact play. He walked into Connor's crosshair, and Connor lost the duel, and as soon as Connor loses that duel, the round's pretty much over. The bomb site is Epsilon's, and all that exceL can do right now is play to save. We've seen this scenario so many times, Jack, where they just save with 3 alive. And again, the chances they had of winning that round 5 versus 3 when the site was in the T's hands is so minimal. Instead, they take their chances into round. Don't know what the round is now. Just seeing Boaster's beautiful face. Round number 22, Jack. So, 13-8. exceL right now flat on their CT side as potentially expected. No rounds won for them. They lose the pistol. They've lost both buy rounds now. But still, you lose so many rounds in a row. You have 3,400 in the bank and money left over and the save as well. They're going to be able to buy up into this one. Famas onto Connor. 3 M4s and the AWP once again saved in Joe Luce's hands. Flush comes in towards mid. May finds that first frag onto Windansky. And you can see Connor blinded by their own flashbang, which means he won't wide swing into Freddie B's crosshair.
Yeah, can't play around the smokes as well, so the CTs are forced to fall back. But they're just going to play that close angle on connector. Boaster could actually be quite important into the round.
Exactly that. Boaster here has to find a frag, try and make it a 4 versus 4. He's aggressive now towards connector. If he falls, the round is pretty much done.
Let's see what he can bring to the table. Obviously, just holding back for the meantime, just trying to listen out for those audio cues. Has the support of Luzzer as well, which can rotate over, but Smooya is going to come into effect. Peeks out with the little pixel angle, takes down Boaster, and now's holding his own as they can go for the split push towards the A bomb site. The bomb going to rotate back round as well, all the way through T spawn, and it's a very, very late rotate coming through from CT, and they could be caught off guard actually. Oh, Freddie B finds the headshot, hungry for more as he will try and peek out, but Connor, luckily enough, will take him down. Luzzer forced out of position, just left on 50. Barbar can capitalize off the back of this. They are going to be able to tear their way through. They won't let anyone save on the side of exceL. Connor trying to fall back with just a measly Famas.
Connor, last alive, 28 HP as well. 1 versus 4. Gonna try and salvage this Famas, but what can you really do with a Famas into the next round? Not really the best weapon of choice. An M4, fair enough. An AWP is spectacular to have. But a Famas, it's not really ideal here, Jack. 14-8 now. This is looking like a fairly convincing T half here from Epsilon, as they have won 7 rounds on the trot right now on this second half. 20 frags for Boaster, but you can see Jacob and Connor just not delivering. And being the anchors of that B site as well, it's so imperative they find kills, and not kills once they're saving, kills as they come into that B site. So, round number 23, Connor not happy. He knows that his performance so far hasn't really been stellar. 14-8. AWP once again in Smooya's hand. You can see the money on the T side as well. 9,000, 7,000 on Barbar, 11,000 on Smooya. They can buy up for another 3 to 4 rounds. exceL are under so much economical pressure as well. Even if they win a round, they're going to be playing versus buy from this Epsilon side, so it's going to be hard to salvage the rest of this half. But Barbar goes 1-1 there. It's not quite good enough to trade. Last though, peeks off B short, finds that counter Freddie B. We are into a 4 versus 3, and finally exceL have a man advantage and have a lead. Surely They can't let this one go versus Epsilon.
Best situation exceL's had in a very long time right now, as they're only one man down. Just going to be trying to play off these angles, just hold back, play crossfires rather than anything. Don't get as aggressive. They've got a lot of map control as well towards T-spawns. They know that it is clear, but the thing is, they aren't aware of the location of Maeve. He's snicked in through the back. He's looking good. He can just try and wander around here.
He can get in towards CT as well. I don't think the CT side have anyone watching towards. Oh, this is smart. So they haven't broken the vent. That doesn't allow Maeve to go for the flank, but Boaster gives up the advantage they had. Now he breaks the vent. Does Luzza hear it? I don't think he does. I don't think they have any idea that Maeve is right now coming in from the flank, catches Jacob off guard as well. 3 versus 2. Finally, they have the advantage, but quickly thrown away as Connor gets aggressive towards BFs. Equalizes the numbers to 2-2. Luzza and Connor right now. The 1-2 punch I mentioned before in the preface. These are the stars that have to deliver, and they have to deliver it now.
Yeah, it has to be right now as they do make their play through. Just going to try and go for that A bomb site, but it is completely clear. The welcome mat is down, luckily enough. It just depends if Luzza can try and strike and hold them back. Smooya and Maeve have slipped on. They can go for the bomb plant here.
Exactly that. The new Connor was towards B, as he did find the kill onto Freddy B. And the new Luzza was the A side player, and the fact he's given away position. They know that the A side is clear. Smooya with the shot, but Luzza doesn't. 17 HP for Smooya as he goes for the reface. Maeve, the only one of this T side with HP.
Smooya still trying to go on the offensive angle as well. Will peek out, but Connor takes him down. Maeve just trying to play defense here. Will hold, swings wide, actually gets one frag, but he's left in a 1v1 with Luzza. Luzza with the AWP. It's not going to be that effective in close range. Just trying to play for time. Peeks on the smoke, but he actually does find it. But I don't know if he's got the kit to go for this here. We'll try and jump on the bomb.
How many 1 versus 2s does this guy need in one day? In one game? He has it. 9-14. That's a very big round right there for Luzza to win. Let's take a look at the frags as well. Who is delivering on that T side? On that CT side, sorry, for exceL. It was Boaster before, 17 kills in 1/2. How has he been so far? On their T side, sorry, on their CT side, they haven't really had too much success. Boaster, they're 21 kills, so 4 frags found for him over the course of 8 rounds. So far, not so good. 6 for Jacob. 6 for Windansky, sorry. So it wasn't even Connor there on 6 frags. Windansky, Connor, and Jacob not delivering the goods right now. Still down to Boaster and Luzza to try to carry this one forward. Money, so strong on that T-bank. They can afford the losses right now. Connor towards be sure. He has to try and get another entry for his team.
Connor actually gets taken down. Smooya finds the frag through the smoke as well. That's a massive opener into the round as exceL once again losing the first opening kill.
But where was this, right? On exceL's T-sides, the opening picks from the AWP. Windansky as well towards window will find the equalizer. 4 versus 4 now. 1 minute 30 on the clock to bomb. Quickly going towards B shot. They know there's just Jacob here towards this side. He has to hold the line.
Swarming over, going to try and take him down. Early Molotov will come out. Jake does spot them, so at least he's got the information to make the call to his teammates. Just trying to stay alive, but unfortunately taking the fight is the wrong idea. Maeve will be able to snipe him with the AK as they now push their way through. Windansky has to go huge, but everyone is falling one by one. There is no defense at all. And at this point, with just Boaster and Luzza left, sure, they've been performing amazingly, but it's unlikely they can do anything, and this will be that 15th round claim.
They're going to have to go for this potentially. Are they going to go for OT? Try play for OT. Save this one. Have the M4 and AWP into the next round. Sliggy, can we take a look at the money, please? So let's see. Can anyone drop on that side? No, Jacob has 1,200. He will get 1.4k in the bank. So he'll have 2,600. He can drop over a FAMAS or buy a FAMAS. But the buy that comes off of this, right, you're going to be seeing a FAMAS, 2 UMPs, an M4 and an AWP. Are you going to win 6 rounds in the trot off of that? I don't think so. But Luzza once again playing for the exit frags. Does find 2. But at this point, it's not about exit frags. It's not about kills. It's not about money. It's about rounds. And Epsilon gets to round number 15. exceL need to win 6 on the trot, and their buy is going to be so weak into the next one. Thing is, as well, when you see teams have comebacks, it's typically off of the back of breaking the enemy's bank, okay? The rounds which you clinch are the ones where you win the buy round against eco, you win the eco. Against the buy round, win the force buy, win the eco, and then win the next buy round, okay? So you might see 50-9 scoreline, but Epsilon might only have to lose 3 buy rounds for this to be a comeback from exceL when you counter in the 3 ecos or quasi buys. But instead, that money on the Epsilon side is strong, and so is Smooya's aim, trying to find an entry here. Jacob alone on that B side.
Jake, the only one with a real rifle as well. He has got the UMP to play with, hoping to just try and punish them as they will flood into the bomb site. Right now, I'm not going to clear the angle just yet, so he is in a good position, but most likely should only get the first frag. Cosmine hoping he can try and trade this. Jake gets the information as well. They're just going for the jump face, and you can see he's got some support. Connor roams over. If he plays close under window here, he is in a good position, but the real attack is going down towards the A bomb site. Snod, it's all been a bit of a lampoon towards B.
So we're on to Windansky. quiet game for him so far. Has the Deagle in hand. Kevlar and no utility. Can't molly off towards ramp or counter flash the T's. He has to face them one peek at a time and gets dinged up already. AHP for him. The A site is lost. It's going to have to be the retake.
They need to try and retake together here, try and play as a unit. Lazar will rotate over, has the AWP. He can be such an effective player into this round if he's able to do some damage with the weapon. Wants to get himself into a good power play angle, but luckily enough, they strike at the right time as they are finding these frags. They come out huge, and they will lock it down, getting themselves a 10th round and staying alive in this matchup for now.
10 to 15, 5 more now for the side of exceL. Bomb was planted, 6,000 in the bank for most of those Epsilon players. You can see there, Freddy B shaking his head. He knows that they have to close this one out fast. They do have 6,000 so they can buy for the following 2 rounds. So let's imagine that exceL win the next 2 rounds, right? 15 to 12. They break the bank of Epsilon. That could be the eco, the quality buy following that one. We might just be seeing 3 more buy rounds here for Epsilon to try and close this one out. 3 more chances. 3rd time lucky, potentially, to make this a 16-12, a 16-11. But let's see. What can Epsilon do with the 5 AK side? They're going to be playing a lot faster this time, and it catches Windansky off guard.
Freddy B with a quick response. There's Boaster coming into effect as well. Right now it's going 1-for-1 on either side, but all of a sudden exceL do take a slight advantage as Connor tears his way through Smooya, just leaving it on the duo of Cosmine and Barbar on that T side. They're going to try and play together. The bomb miles away as well, but it is recoverable. Barbar is on that A side though.
It all comes down to Barbar now. He needs to find the frag onto Connor, make this into a 2 versus 2. Lazar is low HP with the AWP. Molotov's off towards jungle. Cosmine now towards connector, finds the frag onto Jacob. Lazar's low as well, the AWP finds him. Connor now, 40 HP, 1 versus 1 to try salvage what's left of this comeback.
Absolutely crazy right now. Cosmine, full HP as well. He can just take his time as he's just waddling around. If the peak comes through, as long as he finds this kill, he will get the round. Connor just trying to play back. He isn't going to try and commit to this until he knows one of the sites has been taken.
Thing is as well, he's going towards A. He thinks Cosmine has the bomb in his hands, but instead, the bomb is out of his grasp. 50 seconds left, he can go and retrieve it towards middle, or towards T-spawn. Get the bomb, run towards B. It's a 50-50 chance that Connor does check it. So, is he going to play the numbers? What's the percent?
Good one, mate.
Cheers.
Let's see how he is going to play this, though. Obviously, a lot of utility on the side of Connor, and Cosmine actually going for the play towards the A bomb site. It just depends how Connor rotates off. He is going to go full back towards jungle, hold into a tight angle. Is he going for the full rotate there? That could be very awkward, as there has been no information. It's going to be a long rotate back over, and this gives Cosmine so much play into the round.
Exactly. Timing is in his favor. Connor checks towards that A side, clears it, while Cosmine goes and gets the bomb. Connor playing checkers, while Cosmine's playing chess. 8 seconds left. One of thoughts towards Palace just in case. Bomb will just about go down. It's going to be the 1 versus 1. Now Connor has full utility but low HP. Camoli towards default. It's all down to Cosmine's peak and he gets it. Unfortunately for him, he had the 60 HP advantage, and you can see Cosmine there, 11 HP. If it was an equal exchange, you know, both on 100 HP, that should have been Connor's round, but instead he got 2 tagged up, and that's going to be 1-0 for Epsilon.